Welcome back to the Agentic Executive. I'm Adrian Cross. Today, a compact 3-minute cognitive audit you can run before any fast decision, designed to surface the single biggest bias that would wreck your outcome and neutralize it without slowing execution. Quick promise, run this habit and you preserve speed while cutting predictable error.
I love that. Short, repeatable, action first. Patterns create power. Tell me what this actually feels like in the real world. 3 minutes, one check, one fix?
Exactly. Hook. Most bad executive calls aren't new problems. They're the same cognitive traps repeated. Catch the trap, keep the speed. Core insight. The biggest risk in a fast choice is predictable human bias, not missing data. The bias check brief surfaces the single most dangerous distortion and gives you one practical corrective move.
So what's the 3-minute routine? Walk me through the moves.
Move 1. The Bias Sentry Checklist. 3 diagnostic prompts you can run in 90 seconds. A. Anchor. Ask, what number are we anchored to and why? Evidence probe. Pull one line from the memo or pitch that supplies that number or comparison. B. Incentive. Ask, who benefits from this framing? Evidence probe. Find one sentence showing who gains or loses if this decision happens. C. Base rate. Ask, what's the baseline that should matter? Evidence probe. Show the historical rate or comparable outcome we should expect. Each prompt is one question and one line of evidence, fast and concrete.
I like the evidence probe requirement. Forces someone to point to the text, not just make a claim. That reduces performative checkboxing.
Exactly. And that addresses one risk, ritualizing the checklist. Mitigation? Time box the habit and require one concrete mitigation per flagged bias and a 48-hour follow-up to show impact. Now, move 2. 2 AI micro-prompts you can copy-paste into an assistant to speed the audit and keep it honest.
Give me the exact prompts. Clear, copy-paste tools are the difference between we tried it and we adopted it.
Prompt A. Extract bias signal. Paste the decision memo below and use this prompt. Identify the single most likely cognitive bias influencing the recommendation. Return 1. Bias name, 2. One supporting quote from the memo, and 3. A confidence score 0 to 100 and a one-sentence note on why. Do not offer mitigation, only identification and the supporting quote. This constraint forces the assistant to cite evidence and include confidence, which addresses the risk of spurious flags.
And the mitigation prompt?
Prompt B. Propose mitigation line. Feed the memo and the identified bias and use, given this memo and the identified bias, provide one single-line corrective amendment or question to add to the decision memo that neutralizes the bias while preserving momentum. Include no more than one sentence and tag it with confidence 0 to 100. Require that the AI returns the source quote it used and its confidence. Then require a one-line HU verdict, agree or disagree, before altering the decision. That human step constrains automation and reduces over-reliance on the model.
2 short prompts. One finds a signal, the other proposes a surgical fix. Keeps things fast and accountable. Nice.
Move 3. The one-paragraph rewrite ritual. Replace the memo's top paragraph with a neutral frame that forces a counterfactual lens and a quick check. Template. 1. Context. One sentence summarizing the decision and intended outcome. 2. Counterfactual. One sentence describing the main alternative outcome if the original assumption is wrong. 3. Check. One quick question that must be answered before committing. Example. Context. We plan to open Market X to expand revenue by 20% in 12 months. Counterfactual. If customer acquisition costs double, we reach break-even only in 30 months. Check. What is the minimum CAC at which we still meet our 12-month target, and what data supports that threshold? That replacement rewires attention and preserves momentum.
I can see teams doing that quick swap in a memo review and immediately surfacing the key stress test. It's surgical and keeps decisions move forward, not stuck.
The pilot. Run the bias check on 4 active decisions over 7 days. For each case, log 1. The flagged bias, 2. The one-line mitigation taken, and 3. A 48-hour note on whether the mitigation changed the decision or outcome. That log prevents checkboxing and forces accountability. Time-box the process and rotate the facilitator so it's neutral, not accusatory.
And a quick note on team dynamics. Present this as cognitive hygiene. Rotate facilitators and make the facilitator's role administrative, collecting evidence, not policing judgment. That reduces defensiveness.
Fast action you can take right now. Run the 3-question bias sentry on a decision you'll make today. Write the 3 diagnostic questions at the top of the memo. Pull the one-line evidence for each. Then paste the memo into the Extract Bias Signal prompt and run the Propose Mitigation Line prompt. Require a 1-line human verdict and a 48-hour follow-up. That single run converts a neat idea into operational habit.
If you want to start even smaller, try it on your next calendar triage or hiring call. 1 minute, 1 question, 1 line of evidence. Precision drives agency.
Before we close, risks to watch. Teams treating this as a ritual checkbox, AI surfacing spurious bias flags, and bias calls feeling personal. Mitigations we used here require 1 concrete mitigation per flagged bias and a 48-hour follow-up. Constrain AI prompts to return source quotes and a confidence score, and frame the practice as neutral cognitive hygiene with rotated facilitators. These are simple controls that keep the habit useful and not performative.
That all reads as a surgical intervention. Keeps speed, reduces predictable failure, and preserves team morale if you run it the right way.
All right, quick recap. 1 insight, 3 supporting moves, bias sentry checklist, 2 AI microprompts, and the 1-paragraph rewrite ritual. Then a 7-day pilot and an immediate 3-question run today. Make your next move count. Stay agentic.
If this helped, subscribe so we can keep delivering these tight operational habits. We'll be back tomorrow with another briefing.